What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This message is actually for Larry Nelson. Now, Larry Nelson is, for those who do not know, Larry Nelson is a YouTube creator who, for the last few years, has gotten into quite a few disputes on these YouTube streets. And usually, at the crux of these disputes is homophobia. Now, Larry Nelson doesn't seem to feel that he is homophobic. He doesn't seem to feel like the things that he says and the opinions that he expressed are homophobic. See, again, so I just want to talk to Larry Nelson for a few minutes. This ain't going to be long. This is not going to be long at all. But maybe I can, maybe if you hear some things coming to you from a heterosexual person, maybe your ears will open up a little bit. Maybe if I can explain it to you in terms that hopefully you can understand, maybe you'll understand how and why the things that you say are in fact homophobic. First of all, for you to say it's my opinion, it can't be homophobic if that's how I feel. Yes, it can. It can be both things at the same time. You can have an opinion about something and that opinion can be homophobic. Just like you can have an opinion about something and that opinion can be racist. Just like you can have an opinion about something and opinion can be sexist. You understand what I'm saying? So just because it is your opinion doesn't mean that it's not homophobic. Let me give you an example. You said you don't hate gay people. You love gay people. You just don't like the gay lifestyle. That's fine. That's great that you feel that way. And you have every right to feel that way. But here's the issue. When you say to me, you love me, but you don't love my lifestyle. Well, not my lifestyle, because again, I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community. And the only reason why I'm stressing that is because I hope that you can hear what I'm saying to you as someone who is also heterosexual. Because I think sometimes you don't hear the message because of the messenger. Because you're like, well, that person's gay, so of course they're going to feel that way. Or that person's gay, so of course they're going to think that I'm homophobic. And that's just not the case. When I'm talking to people sometime, first of all, let me start with something really quickly. Just so you know that, let me turn my ringer off, okay? Just so you know that I'm not tripping. Let me just read you two things really quickly. First of all, the definition of homophobia. Let's start with the definition. Let's keep this shit basic. Dislike or prejudice against homosexual people. Okay. Now, you said you don't dislike homosexual people. You just don't like their lifestyle. Ha! But the second part of that definition is a prejudice of homosexual people. Now, for the purposes of this conversation, let's read a definition for prejudice because maybe you don't know what it means. I think a lot of times we throw words around and we don't know what those words mean. So let's just be clear. Prejudice, a preconceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. So you have a preconceived opinion about the gay lifestyle that is not based on any type of experience. And the reason why I say that is because you say you're not gay, right? You say you're not gay. So how can you have an experience of the gay lifestyle? Uh, 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 a preconceived opinion. You have an opinion about homosexuality. You said that by saying, it's my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. So, just looking at the definition, you in fact are homophobic. Let me give you some examples. You said that when you talk about Terrellon and you call him a punk, people say, oh, he's making a homophobic statement when you're just calling him a punk and Terrellon just happens to be gay, that if you were to call a straight person a punk, it wouldn't be taken the same way. You are correct. Let me explain the difference. And I had to have this conversation with somebody about another situation. Let's take the word monkey, for example. If you get into an argument with a white person and you call them, oh, get away from me, you old monkey, blah, 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 blah. Nobody takes it any kind of way because it doesn't have any type of historical meaning to it. It has no historical connotations to it, attached to it. But if a white person calls a black person a monkey in the midst of an argument, it's taken in a racial manner because there is a history attached to the word monkey as it relates to black people. Now let's get back to the word punk. Punk is a word that is attached to homosexuality historically as an insult or something negative to call someone who's gay. Oh, get away from me, you old punk. But yeah, if you're talking to you playing basketball with a couple of your heterosexual buddies and y'all like, man, you a punk. You didn't even take that shot. No, it's not going to be taken no kind of crazy way. You're absolutely correct. And that is why you need to be mindful of the language that you use when, in fact, you are speaking to people of a different race or different sexuality. It's the same thing as, let's take the word bitch. If you're talking to your boys and you call your boy a bitch because he didn't, oh man, you a little bitch. You didn't, da 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 da. It's not taken any kind of way. If you get into an argument with a woman and you throw the word bitch, you know it's supposed to be meant with an extra little oomph on it. It doesn't mean it's fair. This is just these are the actual rules of our society. You don't have to like them. You just need to know what they are and accept them. I could keep going down the list, but I'm just going to keep it black and white because I don't want to offend anybody outside of the black, out of myself. We could talk about examples when it comes to Latinos. We could talk about examples when it comes to Asian people, Jewish people, Native Americans. There are all sorts of racial connotations attached to everyday regular words that if we use them in reference to someone else, it doesn't mean anything. But if you use it in reference to someone from that ethnicity, there's a negative connotation that is connected to racism. So it's the same thing with the LGBTQ community. When you make certain statements like, yeah, I was talking to a real man, da 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 da, and your meaning is they're not gay, so they are a real man. Excuse me, sir. Being gay does not take away your man card. You are still a man. Gay men are still men. Gay men still have a penis. They still pee standing up. They can still create life. I don't understand what you're saying to me when you say a real man and you're talking about someone who's heterosexual versus someone who is a part of the LGBTQ community. Also, contrary to popular belief, not all gay men want to be women. The reason why the LGBTQIA, the reason why there are so many letters is because there are so many different members of the community. So all gay people do not automatically want to become part of the opposite sex. That is not what that means. And we don't put that label on gay women. We don't look at gay women and assume that all gay women want to be men. No, we might look at studs, and that's another conversation for another day. And you might have that opinion, which would still be incorrect, but you may have that opinion. But for some reason, people seem to think that all gay men just want to be women. That's not true. Hence, you saying real men. That is offensive, Larry Nelson. It is offensive to call a gay person a punk. And once again, I try to substitute LGBTQ with black people. When you said in your video how you like gay people, but you don't accept their lifestyle, therefore it doesn't make you homophobic. Hmm. What if a white person said, I like black people, I just don't allow them in my home? Would you think they were racist? I like black people, but I don't want them marrying my daughter. But you think that statement was a little racist? Think back to slavery. Massa didn't have no problem creeping in the middle of the night up down to the slave quarters and doing his business, in the words of Sealy. But come daybreak, oh, he still had that whip to her back. Did that make him racist or not? I just hope that this gives you a little bit of insight as to why the things that you say are perceived in the manner in which you speak them. When you say to someone, I'm not talking about all gay people, I'm only talking about the gay people on YouTube. What? No, Larry Nelson, you are talking about the few people that you have encountered on YouTube who happen to be gay. You cannot make that broad. I don't even care if you said on YouTube. Do you know how many people are on YouTube? Do you know how many millions of people have YouTube pages? You want to limit YouTube to this small little 20, 30 content creators that you have encountered because of your mouth. Let's be clear. You started YouTube with homophobia. You started YouTube making videos about Andrew Caldwell and your opinions about Andrew Caldwell and his lifestyle and who he is or may not be. I'm not going to get into that. But that's how you started your YouTube career. So you cannot be upset that people connect you to homophobia. If they go back and look at your history, that is where you started, sir. And to be here now, fast forwarding what, 2 years, you have pissed off a whole lot of people who are part of the LGBTQ community. That would make me internalize and say, maybe I'm saying something that is offensive to people in the LGBTQ community. Maybe I'm saying something that is offensive. Oh, that is where you should self-reflect, sir. Moving into 2020, that is where you should self-reflect and say, you know what? Maybe some of my words are offensive to the community. Maybe when I'm throwing the shot at one person, I'm hitting 20. I don't know. I hope that this helps you. These are my words coming from a heterosexual woman on the outside looking in, watching your videos, watching other people's videos, watching response videos. And I've honestly felt this way for a while, Larry Nelson. But I figured now is a good time for me to just get it off my chest going into this new year so I can just keep it moving and be done with it. Take it how you want it. You may never see this video, and that's cool too. Somebody will, and hopefully it'll help them. Have a great, great new year. Prosperous 2020. Peace.